Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're back in the great outdoors. I'm a bit more prepared this time because we're up in Scotland in the Cairngorms National Park, up in the Highlands, up in a place called Achleen at the minute. Thankfully, before this trip, I had time to invest in some gear, so I've got a proper bag, proper jackets, proper shoes this time, proper footwear, so a lot more prepared. We're on a 9-hour hike today, set off pretty early. Was up at 5:30, out of the house by 6:30, here on the hills by 7, all in the strict instructions with our guide, Mr. Robertson, who I'll introduce to you a little bit later on, and he'll tell us exactly what we're doing today because I have no idea, I'm just walking around. But yeah, hope you enjoy this one, should be pretty class.
I was planning to buy some of that as well. And then I think the land sort of like, if I do the whole week in the boot, juicy bits. Oh, someone's got it now. Yeah.
Feel free to record the process, mate. Okay, we're about 2.5k in now. It's been just uphill, so even though it's pretty cold out, as you can see probably and tell, given that we're in Scotland, pretty hot. So just taking the jumper off. We'll take the trousers off as well, but not wearing the gazelles today. Got the big tanks on, which are eating up the ground pretty well, but it just doesn't feel as good, you know. A lot more precise than the gazelles. Be quite reckless in these, but yeah, nice and comfy at least. But yeah, just working our way up, steady progress. A little update for you.
There's the cloud. I did see that the weather report you sent through. I've never seen anything on the cloud based like that. Yeah, that's good. And I'm like, yeah, it just like jumped up and started raining.
Okay, little update. Boys just stopped for a quick break. Probably see the amount of sweat coming off my face and this guy's face. But yeah, I'm just going to turn the camera around in a second, show you where we've walked, and then hopefully get an update of where we're actually going, because I still haven't mentioned that yet. Okay, so we started the walk right the way down there, and we came all the way along a little road path along here, and we've come all the way up through the foresty bit, and then behind the hill up and around here, and we're headed up the top of this, following this path towards the sun. But yeah, we just stopped here, nice little view, first little break, probably about 3k in, and it's just been all uphill from the start, so long way to go. Just got left behind by the boys, too busy changing into some shorts, and because I'm not wearing the gazelles, I had to take my shoes off. Shambles. So I'm just going to do a quick jog, catch them up, and move on from there. Okay, I've been tracking quite nicely now. Probably the last update was about there. We walked all the way along here, other side of that mound that you can only see, and up this section. That's off to the left, and where we're headed, we're going up this section, up along the ridge, all the way along to the peak of that, I believe. That's the Munro that we're going to, called Scargoch, in Achleen. So that is where we're headed, top of that. As you can see, plenty of frost on the ground. But don't let that fool you. Walking up here, you can probably see my face, sweaty as hell. Don't know what it is. A lot more sweaty than when I was in the Lake District. So the rest of the boys. Okay, so we just stopped partway up the route. I'll show you where we are in a sec. But I'm here with the main man, our tour guide, Mr. Robertson. He's going to tell us what we're here for the whole trip, and also just where we are today.
Pack leader here, Mr. Robertson. So we're up in the Munros, up in the Cairngorms this week. Hoping to bag around 20 across the week. Today, day one, got 2 to do. We're heading up Score Ghat at the moment. That's around 1,118 metres. So we'll bag that one first. Then we're doing a loop, so around to the second one and back down to the car. 25k in total. About 1,200 metres elevation. Big day.
Not too shabby. And of all the days, how does it scale in terms of distance?
Well, it's about average. The longest day is going to be 30k. Shortest day around 18k. I thought I'd go middle of the road day one to get an assessment of fitness. Yeah, he's a hard taskmaster as well. Had us up at 5:30 this morning, out the door by 6:30, no earlier than that, no later than that, sorry. And on the hills by 7, so here we are, managed to make it on time. Sweating away, as you can see, but yeah, enjoying it, so I'll show you the view. That's the work I was actually doing last night. I was prepping for my Croton interview.
I'd say you prepared pretty well, mate. Wasn't too bad.
I am Alex.
I think it must be time for an Andy update. What's going on here, sir?
Get some of that fresh Highland water, but I tell you, I might switch my other bottle, let that warm up a little bit. That's freezing.
Certainly looks it. Lovely fresh water there. Running up this stream. Glorious.
I love how different the Lake District scenery is.
Oh yeah.
And this is different again.
Completely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still stunning though. Okay, so we're just nearing the initial peak. Just come up the top of the hill. Left at the cairn, going this way. But over the back, that's what the view looks like on the other side. Not too bad. Just walking along this ridge section now. You can see we're above the cloud level over the left. So we're pretty high up now. And over this side, a bit of steam rising above the Munros over there. And yes, a lovely bit of moss underfoot, nice and spongy. Very comfortable in the new Scarpa shoes. We're just at this little peak now. Gets a bit more steep on this left side, coming over. This cloud's coming really fast. We could see what was going on here not long ago. It's just so foggy now over this area. But I'm just going to pick up in the camera. That's the actual sun. And there's a reflection, yeah, you can see it, just down here, of the sun in the cloud.
Yeah, I think we get up and get
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes, please, mate. Looks pretty epic, I'm not going to lie.
Close in and whiskey.
Yeah? Not bad. You're pretty deep.
So we can now see in person, I think you can see it now as well, the lake that was reflecting the sun earlier, just down there. Beautiful. Just cleared up through the clouds temporarily. Stunning.
Is there an eating challenge? Oh, and then get through and then up again? Yeah. Nice. Back to the cairn. Oh, my arse is numb.
I hope I caught that audio.
Go on then.
He wants it for his own.
Okay, so that's our first Munro completed. Scottish, that's that peak just up there behind me. So we just were, with the view down to the bottom, down there to the water. So yeah, I think it was about 1,118 metres elevation we went up there. To the top of Scottish. We're now going to do another peak, another Munro, just heading back where we came from and then up the other side. But yeah, views up here, now on the other side of where we walked, pretty stunning. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what that looks like. So that's the peak of Scottish there. We actually walked from all the way down the bottom here, where it's a little bit lighter green, along a path, and then cut through the forest bit, up this hill, all the way along there, around up this mound, around to the back where the fog is now. I've actually walked from the other side of the fog, along the top of the ridge, along here to where we are. But yeah, the views at the top are just lovely. It's a shame there's a bit more fog on this side, where the lake is at the bottom. It's been fluctuating in terms of how thick it is, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be disappearing, unfortunately. Okay, hoodies come back on. Getting a bit colder now at the top of this ridge. As you can see behind me, the fog's come over quite a lot, which is stopping the sun, making it a lot cooler. So yeah, it's pretty chilly. I don't really know what the temperature is outside. Can't be much more than, I don't know, 10 degrees, something like that. So a little bit cooler. But yeah, the mist is coming in quite a lot. Visibility is still okay for now. But yeah, it could get a lot worse. So that's the kind of weather I guess we're talking about from the Helvellyn video when I mentioned the cairns, the little piles of rocks. I've not seen as many of them here. But yeah, that's the kind of weather conditions where they're quite handy to know where you're going and stay on the path. But yeah, just going to keep trekking on, keeping up quite a fast pace. But yeah, I'm just a little bit behind the pack now. I just stopped to put my jumper on, so go catch them up. And I'll catch up with you a lot later. It certainly is very quiet, and the mist has just cleared, so we can see that frosty, snow-capped Munro over there. Yeah, see if I can zoom in on that one. Looks nice and cold.
Group up as we'll blare him out.
Not sure if we picked up that far on audio there, but it's got to be about 15 metres away. And the mic is also underneath my hoodie, so see if it detected that. Okay, Sweet's just put the drone up in quite a good spot. Just walking along the middle of a ridge. It's quite wide, but the scenery all around is unreal. But Sweety's had a shocker. What did you do this morning, Sweetie?
Left my SD card in the laptop.
Left his SD card in the laptop.
2 GB of internal storage.
2 GB of internal storage on the drone.
Which at 4K is about 2 minutes.
And we've got 4K quality footage, so not sure how long we're going to be filming for, but it should be pretty stunning. He's chosen a good moment for it, so we'll see what we get. So Sweet's just flying the drone back to the peak where we were. Scottish over there. Hopefully get some good shots. Shame we weren't there when we obviously got the footage, but the fog's cleared over to the other side now, so should look pretty stunning. That's the view of the Munros in the background. Little mist line you can see coming along. And yeah, just all the way around, it's beautiful.
It's on my CV.
Main man, just getting his bearings.
Checking it out.
He's pretending he knows where he's going, but I'm not convinced he does. How many blokes does it take to get directions right?
Scotsman.
Is it not quite there?
I think it's a good choice to not be wearing the gazelles today, as good as they are. Got the scarpers on instead. Definitely in this boggy terrain, I don't think the gazelles would have coped, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty wet in patches. It's been mostly dry, but quite wet in some parts. And yeah, as much as I love the gazelles, love the precision, got the big tanks on, the scarpers seem to be doing a much better job out here. So good choice, glad I invested.
Oh, that was more slippery than I thought. Slippery!
Okay, so we just come now from the other side of this ridge, and along the path we go round, down across that little stream and back up here. Yeah, we started way over in the distance. Just that peak there is Cairngorms that we climbed a long time ago. That's several kilometres in the background now.
Apparently they're not far off, they're never
Yeah, they're not, yeah. They're like one, yeah, that's the second and third peak.
Okay, boys have just stopped for a little rest at the other side of this mound. Just come down here, have a look at the view. Some of the clouds have parted from earlier. Yeah, pretty stunning views all around. We started way down over there, other side of this mound, and walked kind of across the back of that. And we came up the top, somewhere up here earlier, and then walked all the way along that ridge to Cairngorms that you can see in the distance. Then we've come over some of the hills down the valley and then back up again past the Snow Peaks cap. Yeah, back up to here. So we're almost at the top of a second Munro now. Not loads further to go to get there. Yeah, I'll show you that in a second when I get over this hill so you can see it. But yeah, it's almost 2 Munros down now. Then we're going to do one more and then we're going to see what we fancy after that. That's where we set up camp for now. And just up there, that peak, that is the second Munro once we get to the top of that. So yeah, that'll be 2 down after that. Almost at the summit now. That's it, just here. And yeah, the views around, we can now see over the back, far side, stuff that we've not seen yet. And it is rather glorious. All the way along.
Yeah, we're going to come get a bag tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice.
Just the height, yeah.
Well, they do all have numbers.
They really are.
Yeah. I don't know what number this is. I can tell you later.
I can tell you it's not 101.
Okay, so that's 2 Munros done now for the day. Pretty good progress. It's now 11:35. We got here about 7, so it's been just over 4.5 hours of hiking around to do 2 of those. It's been relatively steady, I'd say. But yeah, it's good that the clouds have disappeared a bit more. You can see behind me in the sky, absolutely lovely. Perfectly blue. And yeah, good visibility is the main thing from that. All around us. Got good views at the top of this Munro. So plans to go back a little bit where we came from and then go up another Munro. Get 3 done. Should be done before 2 o'clock by the time we get back to the car. And then see what we do from there. Some of us might go fishing, might do a bit of kayaking, maybe go to the pub. Got a lot of options, so we'll reassess when we get back down to base and go from there. So just walking down now from that Munro along this nice path, pretty scenic along here. Looks like some of the boys have stopped a bit further up on that rock. It just overlooks a bit of a valley, so I think it's quite a sheer drop off the side. Should get some good views when we get there. Looks like Annie's just put the drone up. Just been choreographing some drone footage. I think we should get some pretty mint shots with 10 of us here. Drone's just there. Gonna send it up in a sec, see what happens.
Keep it under 2 minutes.
Okay, just shot some cool drone footage. Hopefully that's going to come out quite nicely. It's pretty cold, so boys didn't have the t-shirts on for too long, but yeah, big shout out to them for taking part, getting some good action shots. Hopefully it was worth me lugging 10 t-shirts and 10 caps up the hill in my big bag all day. I'm sure it will be. And he was flying the drone, so I think we've got some good footage to look back on. We're just heading down on a descent now, down one of these ones. Hiya, how you doing? And yeah, we're going to go down this hill for a little bit further, losing some elevation, and then go back up one more Munro, I believe is the plan. And then we're going to recess from there, what we do later on for the rest of the day. So yeah, What a stunning day though. Absolute blue screen behind me of sky. It's lovely.
So it's got a name for
So apparently we're actually only doing 2 Munros today, which is not what I heard earlier. I thought we were doing a third. But I wondered why we were going so far downhill for the last 25 minutes. Thinking, are we going all the way down to start a big Munro from the bottom again? Turns out that's not the case. We're going to go back home, which I don't mind. I think we're going to do some kayaking, hopefully. That's the plan for some of us. Some of the boys want to go to the pub. I fancy getting the fishing rods out, getting on the kayak, seeing what we can catch. So we'll see where the day takes us. But yeah, it's actually nearly the end of the hike.
Yeah, that was it.
But I've not seen him since. Someone was like to him, like, oh, you're doing really well on this court, like, hailing.
Here we go.
Got the old Gore-Tex on, mate. Just taking a little detour across the river. See you there, mate. It's the perks of the old leather boots, Sammy, eh?
That's what they're there for, mate.
Not too bad. Nice little shortcut taking Mummy and Sam here over the river. It's pretty deep. Sorry, not very deep. Came up to, I don't know, about 6 inches at most. But yeah, nice little shortcut. Nice and peaceful along the middle.
Definitely dive in right there.
Here we go.
Ooh, little double.
Just wondering if this is a deer through that gap.
Chunk.
It is. No, it's a deer.
Is it?
What the hell?
What's it do? Is that real or not?
No, I don't think it is a deer. No, it's not.
Did you think it wasn't?
I reckon it's a plug.
All the property all the property.
jumps down there.
Here's a bit, isn't it?
I feel like this is the easiest 25k hard.
Yeah. Getting harder from here.
Okay, we just come through quite a cool narrow path forest section. Went through over to the river as well, so we crossed that. We come out, it's a bit less trees now, so I think we'll be getting a bit closer back to the camp where we parked the car. Maybe another couple of kilometres that we've got to walk now. But yeah, making pretty steady progress. Not too far to go. Just gonna enjoy the rest of the sunshine. Okay, so I think this up here is where we walked earlier, all the way along the ridge up here, the initial ascent, and where it's a little bit lighter up there. I think that's where the sun was rising on our ascent initially today. We've done a massive loop all the way around to the right and come back out on the path way back there. Probably another, I don't know, 7k back that way, something like that. It's been about 25k total we've walked, but yeah, we're pretty close. We can see pretty much where we parked earlier from here, so not that much further to go. But yeah, it's been pretty steady. A lot of impact through the knee. My knee's actually a bit sore, the one that was a bit niggly before, so it doesn't bode well for another 6 days of hiking, but I'm sure we will manage it fair enough. But yeah, not much more left of this one. Then we're going to head home and decide what we do from there.
A little bit. Yeah, good game. Probably.
Okay, we're almost back now. Total of about 28k in the end. But yeah, we're just on the path that we started on. Nice and flat, nice and straight. All the way back to the car. Should be another, I don't know, 400 metres now, not too far away. Just up here. Been a solid day out with the boys. Gonna go back and plan it with you later. And I'll maybe put that in a different video, or keep it in this one. I'll see what we fancy. But yeah, that is day one hiking done. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so we're all back at the house now from the hike. Decided not to go out anywhere really. We went shopping for some more food because we were pretty low on that. But yeah, we've just been chilling, some of us in the hot tub. Barbecue's going, gonna have some food and just chill out and enjoy the rest of the day. Still pretty early. We've been here back home for a while now. It's only 6:30 p.m. That's what happens when you get up that much earlier. So yeah, been a really good day. Enjoyed it a lot. Slight concern for me, my knee. It's getting quite a lot worse. So yeah, something that happened about a week ago initially, and it's just getting worse. At the minute from hiking today, it was niggly for the last probably 6 or 7k I reckon of the walk today. So I'm hoping it will recover a bit better in the morning. But yeah, it's quite painful. So obviously we've got another week of doing this, so it's gonna be tough to manage that across the week. But I might do a couple of exercises on it and give it some rest, and hopefully it will get through the week, most importantly. So yeah, we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But yeah, for this one, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out loads. I do appreciate all your support. But most importantly, as always, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I'll see you in the next one.